Last episode we built up this tiny town, which is not using any industrial zoning because I just hate how it looks and it pollutes the area, so only commercial and residential housing. We're barely profitable, but we have basically reached our city limits, so in this video we're going to try to expand. We even have some special buildings unlocked that we can try to build around a nice area. And we're trying to increase our profit margin so that sometime in the future we can even build up some more specialized buildings or some visitor attractions, which we currently can't afford. So let's start by buying our first map tiles. I'm really keen on these two edge pieces of our island. I want to use them to continue our existing road layout that we have right here. I've already built a connection between the two sides of the highway, which currently is just a small alley. I think we should probably upgrade this just to make it look a bit nicer, and I think it also increases the movement speed of the cars. And then I want to have mostly residential area here and some more commercial on this other side, because this is less desirable being this close to the recycling center. Let's first terraform, and then I want to build this entire area around the Polaris Suites special building. I'm thinking this is a really expensive apartment that would love to enjoy some view over the bridge. Oh, and there are animals here. I don't think I've ever seen animals in this game, like some deer just running around. Was this here from the beginning? And why are they this close to the water? I'm not sure if you're using the best path. Oh, I can't follow you in the water. Never mind, let's forget that. Let's get back to city building. So this amazing apartment tower, they have great view over the bridge and on the other side over the city and the beach down there. This will definitely need some road to connect in the front. And maybe let's start by expanding these paths. I guess they're a great opportunity to use them to get over here to the other side as well. So let's terraform another bit for them, just here under the bridge, until we meet up with another place that is somewhat the same height over here. And then we can use the parallel tool to continue these paths all the way along the terraformed area that we have created. This is basically like some popular hiking trail in our city. I think it looks quite nice. Just this connection up here is not that great, but maybe if we run paths along the entire building as well, we can make it work. And then let's also do this on the other side. This takes a lot of the space we have, but I think if we make our entire city look nice, it will be worth it. We can connect it up here to the alleyway, maybe fix up this janky curve here, just makes it look a tiny bit nicer. This is the end result of the paths. We can even connect the alleyway back down here. And with that basic setup, let's try to get some zonable area in. This is the road layout I came up with, not necessarily the best one from lane mathematics, but I think this has potential because it looks interesting. I'll zone some mixed use houses right here. I hope that these sizes make it work. Yes, so at least something is being zoned. Maybe we can also see if we can fit in a parking lot somewhere here. First, I had to unlock it. Let's try putting one in right here. People can park and then enjoy this great walk. We already have tons of people settling in. And there's even people just chilling here, enjoying the area. That's pretty nice. And the house is already filled. That's great as well. It will get some houses that look green here zoned in the front. I hope that these other two areas will fill up as well. And now I want to add a few more medium density buildings. Just right here, not too dense, with enough space around it, but people should be able to live here. Some parts somewhat symmetrical and kind of regularly shaped, but I think that this will still zone a bunch of houses. Let's get in more space for some commercial at these crucial intersections, and a bunch of commercial up here so people can buy things, and some more small ones. People are settling in. We can see things are being zoned up. Let's add connectivity for pedestrians. I mean, we already have these great paths around, so let's just see wherever there are crossings already. Let's extend it and connect it to the paths that are up here. Maybe we can even extend it down here, connect it up with the rest that we have. And then there will just be a lot of pedestrian crossings around here. This will be a really livable area. Just like that, I've really added a lot of pedestrian connections. Now I'm sprinkling in the last few houses. And I also really hope that these 2 plots will fill up with more mixed use housing just to finish the look. Let's also increase the parking fee to the maximum because there's not that many parking spaces here anyway. And now let's spend a few minutes decorating. And I just found these animals again. But it appears they have no physics. I mean, they can just walk through everything. It can't be that hard to make this better. Will they also walk through buildings? Yep, yeah, they live here now. I'm disappointed by that. Now I wish I wouldn't have spotted that. Oh well. Let's decorate some of these parts here. Just spend a few minutes on it. Starting with some fountains on the side of the building, as well as some gazebos just for people to hang out in. Maybe add some tiny details with some trash cans at logical positions. I think they're really nice to squeeze in here at the corner at the parking lot. It just makes sense that they are here. Throw in some rocks, because why not? And let's decorate the seafront area with some nice plants, but just on this side where it's closest to the apartment complex. I'd guess that they pay for it in the end anyway. Lastly, let's throw down some trees and some bushes in the middle to give it more detail. With that, this part of the city is already done. I mean, I think it looks pretty good. It's close to nature. It still has a good amount of density. There's a total of 700 people living here. So once these buildings level up, probably 10% of our city. That's a really good amount. And just before we move on to other parts, I mean, it has a lot of green things around, but let's add at least some parks. This one I find very interesting from the color. And then we can add one of these round ones. I like this one because you can actually use this path to connect it up with other things. But I guess here this doesn't really make sense. So let's delete it and go for another park option. Maybe just a small one we can throw in right here at the corner. And these guys are back. Why are you here now? Like, why are there so many of you? Or is it just always the same ones that are running through the frame? I don't know, but let's see if we will find them again in this video. Overall, we're also missing elementary school capacity. So why not add another one right here at this intersection? I think it's well connected. I wonder if this upgrade will look okay here. Not really. Let's get rid of it again and fix the terraforming. But at least the school here is pretty well placed. We can see a lot of people walking around, so it's a popular place overall. I really like that all these people are walking instead of driving, and it's really close to many citizens, so it's instantly filled up. It will increase our education and help our city grow. On our demand meter right here, we can see that we actually really need everything that there is. But let's try to also fulfill some of the commercial demand, because that is really driving our income, which we're trying to increase. I mean, with the added population, we already doubled our income, but more is always better. So on the other side of this highway, there is this like very sloped terrain. And I'm thinking, what if we could have some commercial buildings along here that are selling some products with an amazing view? And also we need to connect these paths here at the end somehow as well. Let's first get in a road, probably just keep it along the contour lines right here, and it just results in connecting straight up to the roundabout, which is quite nice. These paths are already connected up. We can add a normal commercial building right here, and maybe even a few plots of exclusive seafront housing. These places are probably pretty expensive. And then let's see which of these custom buildings fit. The Lobster Tail, a restaurant. Yeah, this is for sure perfect. Let's throw it up here. It's right in the mountain. You have view, well, maybe you have view of the sea, but also of the mountain. So that's pretty nice. And it's in a very exclusive area. And then we have La Culerie d'Argent, another award-winning restaurant, which we can put right here. It also has amazing view. Of course, its downside is it's close to the highway, but they got the promise that not more buildings will zone here, and their visitors can walk up here and see all these stones that are almost falling down on some other people. And you can even reach it by foot from this Polaris suite. So if you live here, which probably some of the more rich people will live there, it's currently, I think, the most beautiful and modern building in our city. You can just take these paths and walk over here to enjoy some exclusive meals, which sounds pretty nice if you ask me. And that also almost finishes up this area. Let's try out to throw in some trees in a somewhat orderly manner here. So it will basically look like an alley, and I'll just keep it that way. And just like that, we have another area finished up. Yeah, it has some downsides, but I really like it. Next up, let's add some more life to this area next to the recycling center. And that should also bring some more traffic to these exclusive restaurants. Again, we'll first have to do some terraforming. I want to bring everything out on the same level as the recycling center itself, then smooth things out. I guess it will mean that not too many things will fit here. Actually, let's give it a top and a bottom part. We could zone some offices and a bunch of commercial right here. And then again, reshape the terrain, make this hill a bit smaller to allow for this alley down here to have some additional zoning. And this then will have more offices and maybe a shop at a cul-de-sac, but it doesn't give me more zonable area. Now let's smooth out the terrain a bit again, and we can see everything being zoned in quite rapidly because there's just so much demand for everything. Actually, I want to give it a bit more area, and for that I've added another street. I'll have to wait until all these things get zoned up so I can delete this pedestrian path again, which I put here just to fix the zoning. Yeah, I think these things fit quite well together. The recycling center is still working strong, and with these additions, probably not just because of these, but because other things grew as well, we're now suddenly making 300,000 a month. Not exactly sure where it came from, but that's great. Let's zoom out again a bit from this area. So to me, it really feels like we finished this one corner of the island. Let me know what you think, or if we should add anything else here. And that probably also means that we basically finished the entire bottom part below the highway. Here everything is zoned up and greenery added. That's pretty cool, but we still have so much more space where we can expand to. But before doing that, let's quickly do some fast traffic fixes. I guess mainly just removing traffic lights. These are generally really inefficient, or at least it seems that way to me. I'll just go along the main road here, see what intersections we have, and just remove traffic lights wherever I find them. And this corner here is incredibly busy because it's basically part of a ring road that we have in our city now, but there's no traffic jam. So for now it's fine, but at some point this will be a major problem. Oh, and I just saw a lot of people are using this park, which is the same one as I wanted to build earlier. I mean, look how nice it looks. And it's great to see that this many people are walking around. I think this is our most dense part of the city, which is pretty funny because it's just this small. Last episode I called it the racetrack, but let's continue on expanding. I want to expand our office park, which is right here. So for that, I will mainly purchase this tile right here. I'll immediately terraform it just to give it some more space. And then let's continue this, well, basically main road. It's just one lane in each direction, but it definitely serves as a main road. Let's drive that further down. We have a lot new area here. Let's also get this tile so we can expand even more. Then also terraform it, smooth out the entire thing a bit. And now I'll use more alleyways to fill everything up. Try to run it along the coastline. Or, I mean, technically it's the contour line, not the coastline itself. Similarly on the other side, where it also connects up to an existing road, maybe at a roundabout at the end here for now. I think I will use the bottom here to add a bit more housing. I'm really afraid of the traffic it will create because, well, all this traffic has to run through here, go through this small roundabout and come here from the highway, which clogs up this already busy part. But we'll just have to hope that it will turn out fine. And now I want to zone here, but first adjust the zoning just with some pedestrian paths. It doesn't change it up too much, but let's have some medium density here. Oh, these Italian ones are kind of small. Then let's just do normal medium density. Replace this, and then I put Gusto Gelato right here at the front so people can buy some ice, as well as this coffee place so people can really enjoy the view of the other islands from up here. Then let's delete these paths again. And actually some new zoning opportunities opened up here. I'll try with some small medium density houses here, as well as one up here, just to get in more people. Maybe even a big elementary school, why not? Throw in an extension wing, because it will be full, I'd assume anyway. We're running out of water, so this is also a good place for a water tower. And then let's fill out the rest of the area with jobs. That means basically just a bunch of offices. I mean, we can just fill the entire thing and wait for everything to zone in. That will probably take a while. I'm even adding, oh, I just hit milestone 8. That gives us high density housing, but that's maybe for the next episode. I'm even now adding some more medium density housing behind the school, just so more people can live here, and so that all these offices have workers. And then at the intersection, this is a great place for some commercial buildings, also up here to the corner. And I have another few small shops right here. That kind of finishes this area, and all these offices are also zoning in pretty quickly, which is great. Taking a look at happiness, I see that people are complaining about high crime risk. I've never seen that actually. Let's figure it out. So our service budget is at 100%, but we only have one police station. And the problem is that we have not enough. And the problem appears to be that we don't have enough capacity for people in jail, because we have 36 sentenced but no capacity. So this small police station is holding 36 criminals, and it's running at 26% efficiency because of service budget. But the service budget, oh, I looked at the wrong slider, is at 50%. Yeah, so let's fix that, put it up to 100% again. That increases our efficiency. And I'll still add another small police station just to help out this entire situation. They can also move around. That should increase happiness for that. And next is unreliable mail service, which is always a problem in my cities because I just don't add the infrastructure for it. Let's get in a few post offices and hope that they will fix our problems. Let's see wherever we can find space. Throw one in. Now we have good coverage, and I'll just throw in a few mailboxes just for people to use, not too many. And we have all these post vans leaving, picking up all the mail. We may have too many facilities now, and we're pretty much back to the balance we had in the beginning, which is kind of funny. I mean, still a good amount more, and more services. I think at the end of the day also means more growth, so that's fine. I also just unlocked this special building. Let's build an area for it back here. It could be an office building that gets a lot more space, a big driveway. Well, maybe not. It will also just be on an alleyway, but apart from that, everything around it will just be made for it, including a parking lot, maybe even the solar one, which is quite rare in our city. I mean, the only other parking lot is all the way over here at the Polaris Suites, and that also finishes this area. We just need a bit more decoration around here. That mainly means trees. Get in a bit of variety. This always makes things look nice. And I'll spend a few more minutes just decorating this special office building a bit more. It will even get some sport facilities down here, so the employees here can really enjoy life. And then we'll have some more trees just planted around it, just like that. This looks pretty good. We have a lot of people moving in. This is the cinematic view on it, pretty nice. Also this area is good, overlooking all these islands back here. We've really added a lot of things this episode, and even happiness is now up to the maximum. We can see there's just no internet, and crime is going down as well, but people overall are really happy. Our city has grown to 13,000 population. We still have a lot of demand for everything, but we've also zoned a lot more. I'm unsure what to do with this area right here. I mean, there's a lot of empty space. It could stay nature. It could get something else. But if I zone more density here, I really think that this one intersection will not be enough. And I'm not too sure where to add more. Let me know if you have an idea. I read all the comments, so let me know what you'd like to see built here, or if you have any tips or things I'm missing out on. Regarding budget, we're up to 350,000, and that's at a residential taxation of 5%. So we're doing pretty well. And this is even 8 times the amount we were making in the beginning. So the city expansion also made us a good amount of profits. Since you're still here, consider subscribing, and happy gaming.